everybody. Welcome back to Acended Masters 101. This is where we talk all about the teachings of the Acended Masters. And in this video, we are continuing with interviewing these lovely friends of mine. They are all students of the Acended Masters, often with decades of experience and practice with practicing these teachings in their lives. And I'm asking them all sorts of questions, peppering them with questions about their experience, their spiritual lives, what it's like to be walking this path. And the question for today is, what is your favorite quote from the Acended Masters? And I love this because I am a total quote person. Ever since I was little, I've peppered my walls with quotes and sayings and things from the teachings of the Acended Masters. There's so much to say. They have so much insight for us. And so capturing these things has been a love of mine. And so I particularly love this video, hearing people's favorite quotes. And often people's favorite quotes are keys that the Acended Masters have given us for the spiritual path. And it's their favorite quote for a reason. And I found that they are incredible. I had to just resist taking notes the whole time I was in the recording studio. I was like, okay, I will get this later. This is good. Don't worry, I'm not going to lose it, because they are so good. These quotes that are beloved of these Acended Master students are so valuable, I think, for all of us on the path. They are timeless keys, treasures that we can use in our own spiritual lives. And so as you're watching this video, feel free, just like I will, to take notes, to apply them, to put them on their mirror, to write them on a card and stand up by your bed, whatever you need to do to capture the wisdom, to capture the insight from the Acended Masters, so that we don't forget. The forgetting rate is unbelievable. An hour after, it goes down by a ton, and 2 days later, only a small percentage is remembered from anything that we are taught. There's so many studies on this. And so do what you need to do to capture this and keep it so you don't lose it. The Acended Masters often tell us to maintain the ground that we have achieved. And so if you catch something and it's an insight that you know is a key, grab it, capture it, and memorialize it forever in whatever way that works for you. Maybe make it a reminder on your phone, or write it down, or whatever you need to do. So these are so much fun. I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I did, and let's jump into it. What is your favorite Acended Master quote is the question.
Morya said once, "You only have to get up one more time than you fall to make your ascension." Some reason that told me that I don't have to be perfect. I can make mistakes. And as long as I keep on keeping on, that eventually I'll get to the goal. We all make mistakes. It's so comforting to know that we can learn from them and use them as stepping stones to our path.
In the New Testament, there's this one quote from beloved Jesus: "I and my Father are one." And it's pretty interesting because throughout much of my life, I've always been attracted to the sun, like sunshine, sunflowers, uh, anything dealing with the sun. I just love it. And I think at inner levels, it's a part of my psychology that really wants to become one with God again. And so I'd say that is my favorite quote from the Masters.
There's a quote that I really like from Serapis Bay, who's the Chohan of the Fourth Ray, and it's in the book The Dossier on the Ascension. It's from chapter 1, and he says, quote, "True love is love for the God flame and holds no other desire save the expectation of the amplification of that flame as a tangible, divine feeling that sweeps the world pure and clean with the washing of the water by the word invincible."
My favorite quote is by Padmasambhava, and it is, "I am the Lord thy God that healeth thee." And you can just have it in your mind in awkward situations, whatever kind of situations, you can just have that. You can push the button and have it playing and just say, "I am the Lord thy God that healeth thee." In the dictation, he does have us say that over and over again. So he does want that to become a mantra for us, but it's also the title of the dictation, and it's a pearl of wisdom, and it's volume 25, number 20 is the pearl of wisdom. And it was delivered on February 28th, 1982 in Camelot.
My favorite quote from the Acended Masters is from Brailleite from the Challenge of Initiation album, where he says, just keep going. Just keep going.
So my favorite quote is in the book called The Path of Immortality. This is from the Climb the Highest Mountain series. And this is Serapis Bay talking. Serapis Bay is the hierarch of Luxor, where you go when you're ready for your final tests for your ascension. And it says, Serapis Bay's methods of discipline are tailor-made for each candidate of the ascension. After an initial interview by himself and one of the 12 adepts, devotees who come here are assigned in groups of 5 or more to carry out projects with other initiates whose karmic patterns lend themselves to the maximum friction between the life streams. Each group must serve together until they become harmonious, learning that those traits of character that are most offensive in others are actually the polarity of their own worst faults. What one criticizes in another is likely to be the root of his own misery. It's my favorite quote.
This quote is from John the Beloved from the dictation called Love, the Magnet of Conversion. But when you learn to anchor the diamond of the will of God as the core of the heart, and then surround the diamond as the elementals do with the petals of a rose, round and around in the spiral of the golden ratio, larger and larger the rose becomes. For this is the building and the unfolding of the petals of your loving all life free.
It's hard to choose a favorite quote, but I chose one that I thought was so meaningful for today because we see so many seemingly injustices going on in the world. So this quote is from beloved Portia, and I'll just have to read the quote. Divine justice is on the march. Legions of divine justice are on the march, and we have not blindfolded ourselves. We move in and among you. Remember that you may report any injustice any time of the day or night to the lords of karma and demand compensation. Demand that the will of God take action. Demand the divine will of divine justice descend, end quote. And this is from the dictation, Divine Justice is on the March, and it's now a printed Pearl of Wisdom, volume 34, number 39, 1991.
I can't think of one, but I suppose I'd have to read all the teachings to you here on camera in order to come up with one.
So my favorite quote from the Ascended Masters is, joy is a motor of life. That was said by Saint Germain.
Since the beginning, we are winning.
My favorite quote from the Acended Masters is from a dictation by El Morya. And it is, unless ye do these things, ye do not know them. I have it taped over my computer, so I see it every day. And it is from volume 2, number 3, I think.